There's an incident that happened this morning within a conversation that I was having with my husband, and it was about buying something financially, and the response that we both gave to it created a conflict between us. And I'm sure none of you have ever had this experience before in your lives, but I will share mine anyway. And so it was interesting because I came away from that and I was really angry and had a whole lot of emotions going on, and then there was a number of decisions that I was starting to make in my head, and I took a quick moment to sit down and write down these decisions of how I was going to respond to this. And then I thought for a moment about it, and the way that I was going to respond was to go in very much a pattern that I tend to do in my life, and that pattern is not really working for me, and nor does that pattern bring me closer to my husband. It actually draws me away, and it makes me become alone, and it makes me become a bit of a dictator in my relationship, and I become fully responsible, and I let him get away with not being responsible for much at all. So instead, what I chose to do was I phoned him up, and we then had a conversation around this and why I felt that I would react this way and why I didn't want to react this way and how I would like to react towards making that decision. What I can say from it, it's been a really positive outcome, and it gave both of us the opportunity to express what was going on for us around that decision. And really at the root of it all, it was just fear. We both had different positions of fear. We both come from different environments of how we would express that fear out, and then that ends up leading away into your lives, and before you know it, you're tracking down, and instead of going upwards in the way that you would like to, you're going downwards and you're going away from each other. So what I want to encourage you is, we all have stuff going on. We all have triggers that set us off. There'll be different buttons that go off for each of us. Some of us will get angry, some of us will regress, some of us will blame. There's a whole lot of different things. None of them are right ways, but what it is it's fear. And whenever we've got fear and we're acting from fear, we're not acting from love, we're not acting from opportunity. And what I want to encourage you is, don't be afraid of your conflicts, and don't be afraid of people rubbing you up the wrong way, because usually what it's just doing is giving you a mirror to have a look at yourself and go, hey, what's really going on for me right now, and how can I approach this a little bit differently? And instead of being alone or disconnecting from people, how can I communicate? How can I come closer and get towards the outcomes that I want, which I'm excited to say is what I have a lot more of a positive experience to share at the end of this conversation than it would have been if I had not been courageous enough to talk to him.